Once upon a time, a Soviet war helicopter entered Allied territory. The aircraft was intercepted and shot down. As the pilot emerged from the wreckage, he was arrested by the same bastards who shot him down, then later was brought to a military base for interrogation. That pilot was me.
Name?
My name is Fox. Jesse Fox.
You don't seem to be Russian.
Russian? Me?
You were piloting a Russian aircraft 2 hours ago.
I also drive a Toyota, and I'm not Japanese.
All right, Mr. Fox. Before arresting you, I'm obligated to write down a report with your version of the facts. So tell us what the hell you were doing in that heavily armed Soviet helicopter.
It's a long story.
Sergeant, bring us some coffee.
Yes, sir. Wachowski, bring the lieutenant some coffee.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Fox, we have plenty of time. Explain what happened.
In 1972, a crack commando unit threw me in a prison for a crime I didn't commit.
You're under arrest for a crime you didn't commit!
I promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the underground, trying to survive from these soldiers of fortune.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you escape from that cell?
Piece of cake. I just had to write a note.
A note? Where'd you get the paper from?
I used toilet paper.
I see. And how did you find a pen?
A pen? I was in a dirty, grimy cell, not in an office. I wrote the note with a rusty wire, using my own blood as ink. I scratched my arm with the wire and got to work.
Hey, you moron! Holy Jesus. You schmuck. Do you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself? Kill myself? Ugh.
I left the guard locked in the cell. Then I threw away the key and got out of there.
Mr. Fox, what about the noose? Where did you get that from?
Where did I get the noose? Are you seriously asking me that?
I am, Mr. Fox.
I'll tell you later. When leaving the cell, I found myself in a prison yard surrounded by some buildings. There were piles of boxes and other stuff here and there. And the ground was plain dirt. Oh, and it was night.
Hey, over here.
Hello? You talking to me?
Affirmative. My name is Colonel Alan Harris, 5th Battalion.
I'm Jesse Fox.
Rank?
I'm not military, Colonel.
Then tell me, Fox, what the hell are you doing here?
I've been jailed for a crime I didn't commit. Do you know how to get out of here?
Try to escape through any sewer. There must be one nearby, 'cause it stinks when it's hot. Once outside, move along at nighttime and sleep during the day.
What about you, Colonel?
I've been tortured. My legs won't make it. But if you bring me a radio, I can help you escape.
Hold on, Harris. Are you sure you heard him say Alan Harris?
Yes, sir. Saw him yesterday.
Look, Mr. Fox, Colonel Harris died a month ago in an ambush.
Well, it's the name that stubborn old man gave me.
I see. I'll write down on the report that you talked to Colonel Harris after his death. Continue your story.
As I was saying, I searched for a radio to bring him. Under some crates, I found my salvation. A sewer hole. There was no ladder and I couldn't see the bottom. I needed to find a ladder or rope if I wanted to go down. I picked up the guard's radio. Without encryption, I knew other guards could listen in on my conversations with Harris.
I see. You still haven't told me how you got that noose.
I'll tell you later. As I was saying, I needed to find a special encryption circuit to install in the radio. I had the circuit. I just had to attach it to the radio. With the modified radio, I could speak to Harris with no one listening. Now, I just had to bring it to him.
And the noose?
Later. Here you are, Colonel. A radio. I've modified it to encrypt the signal.
Oh, good job, son. Do you have another one for you?
Not yet. I'll call you through Channel 1 as soon as I find another.
Good luck, son. And Godspeed.
With the radio encrypted, I could talk to Harris. I wouldn't have been able to escape without his help. I hate to admit it, but the grumpy old man gave some good advice. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
Sewer found. I'm looking for a rope or something to go down.
There must be some around. Search thoroughly.
Colonel, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Fox.
I found a rope to go down the sewer.
And you're not down yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
I'm on it, Colonel. I couldn't see the bottom of that hole, but I anchored the rope and I went down. I anchored the rope and went down into the pitch darkness. Finally, I touched ground. I was in a sewer composed of narrow passages. There were channels of rotten water and narrow sidewalks, and the typical pipes and waste everywhere. It smelled like shit. The putrid air was barely breathable. But once my lungs got used to that stench, I started to investigate my surroundings. First off, I had to check the depth of the water. I dipped the severed arm in the water to calculate the depth. As soon as I did, it started shaking. When I pulled it back out, there was nothing but bones. I couldn't explain what I saw, but my instincts told me this water might be dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, I had trouble getting where I needed to go. In fact, I had to build a floating platform to get through.
Son, do you copy?
Copy, Colonel.
I've been trying to contact you.
There was no signal down in the sewers.
Have you already escaped? Where are you now?
Not much progress. I should still be near the prisons.
Are you kidding me, Fox? You're still too damn close. You need to travel farther before coming topside.
I know, but there are sewer channels blocking my way.
Then build something to cross them, Fox. Find some materials. Where are you exactly?
I think I'm in the office of some sort of officer.
You should search for classified files about Operation Jericho. Take them with you. They're up to something. I don't know what. We must find out.
The first file was about an attack plan. Its code name was Operation Jericho. I couldn't find many details because it was encoded, but anyone could understand a chart about casualties. Its lines went all the way to the top. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
I found some documents. Operation Jericho looks like it talks about an attack plan?
Attack? Against what, son?
I have no idea. It's encoded. I'll keep searching for more documents, Colonel.
Operation Jericho is a rumor only known by a few officers and, of course, the enemy. How did you find out about it, Mr. Fox?
As I told you, Colonel Harris asked me to search for files about it.
The deceased Colonel Harris? Yes.
I had the feeling that this officer didn't believe anything I was saying.
It's understandable. I don't believe you either.
Oh, really? Well, Miss Incredulous, why ask me to tell you the story?
Well, I like the way you tell it. And since there are no theaters here.
Great.
So, what was Operation Jericho?
It turns out that location was actually a clandestine base. with a company codenamed X-Army, commanded by someone named General X. They were planning a large-scale attack against Allied posts.
And that plan was?
Be patient. That comes later.
Hey! Don't be like that. Come on, tell me.
The officer that was taking my statement was also curious about what I knew.
And what exactly do you know about Operation Jericho, Mr. Fox?
That it was a hell of an operation. Harris and I knew the details thanks to the files we found. Correction, I found.
Again, how much did you exactly find out?
Let me continue. You'll find out later.
Shh, watch out. There's a guard looking here. If you move, he'll see you.
Tell me when he's not looking.
That bastard won't move. He's over here all the time.
Fuck.
Hold on. I have an idea. Yo, Mike! Mike!
Shut up!
I got pictures of your mom naked in the bathtub. Wanna buy 'em? Real cheap.
You bastard! I'm done with his shit. Just go shoot that bastard. I'm already on my way.
Nice.
Thanks for the help.
Thank you for knocking out that dick.
By the way, name's Jesse Fox.
I'm Mike.
Hold on. Don't tell me the prisoner was also named Mike.
No. Hold on. It wasn't Mike.
I'm Robert.
Let's see if I can get you out of here, Robert.
Thanks, Fox, but no. If you escape, they'll shoot you. And I'd rather be jailed than buried. You don't have a radio, do you?
Hold on. I'll get one for you. Psst. Hey, Robert.
Did you get that radio?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thanks, Fox. I'll call you if I find out anything.
If you want to talk, use channel 2.
Okay, now get out of here before the guards show up.
Hey, Fox, are you there?
Here I am, Robert. Hey, Robert. You don't look like a military man.
Of course not. I'm a photographer.
Hold on. You're not a paparazzi, are you?
Haha, that's right. A paparazzi. And one of the worst kind, too.
Damn, Robert, you must have fucked up royally to end up locked in here.
I've seen things I wasn't meant to, Fox.
Jesse here. Do you copy?
I hear you.
Hey, how did they catch you?
I was in the outskirts of Katsala, taking some pictures of a bunch of military trucks. There was too much security. They were obviously hiding something. I couldn't clearly see what they were loading, so I got closer. Turns out, I got too close. Next thing you know, I was surrounded by a bunch of pricks, aiming rifles at my head.
Did you at least manage to see what they were loading?
Sure did, but I was disappointed.
What did you see?
Concrete.
Concrete? Are you kidding?
2 huge rectangular concrete blocks. Each could barely fit into a truck.
You were imprisoned for a piece of concrete? Fuck, man. I'd be disappointed too.
Too much security for something so mundane. But enough about me. You should get back to your escape, my friend.
I thought about using the pallet as a floating platform, but it would sink under my weight. I needed to attach something to make it float. After making the platform, I had what I needed to cross the sewer channels to freedom.
Mr. Fox, the noose.
Later.
Don't try my patience, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox, the gallows noose. Tell me how you got it.
I'll tell you later.
Enough! You've tried my patience, Mr. Fox. Tell me right now how you got that damn noose. Or I'll kick your ass and throw you in isolation.
Okay. No need for that. I was just about to tell you. Using the rusty wire, I extracted a yard of my own intestine. It was too soft, so I left it to dry. It was eventually tough enough to hold my weight. Turns out, having shorter intestines means you go to the toilet more frequently.
Is that really how you got the news?
Of course not. I lied to the officer.
Why?
Because no one threatens me to tell the truth.
Then how did you really get the noose?
I'll tell you later. The light at the end of the tunnel was not the jungle I was hoping for. Instead, I found myself in what looked like an office. With cabinets, desks, and of course, a damn guard. Later, I'd realized that I was in one of the two main buildings of the military base. The building had 3 floors, hidden secrets, and a few unexpected surprises. Anyway, I headed towards the only exit, which was close to the first floor office I started in. In the beginning, I didn't know exactly where I was, but I knew for sure I wasn't outside. Now that I could get a signal, calling the colonel crossed my mind. But I realized I didn't have much to report. Speak of the devil.
Son, do you copy?
Copy, Colonel.
For the love of God, where have you been? I thought you were dead.
As I said, Colonel, there's no signal in the sewers.
Give me a sit rep, son.
My report. After crossing a mile of smelly, mutant-infested shit streams, fighting thousands of rodents and nearly being torn apart by some shredders, I managed to get out of there, and I'm still in this fucking military base.
Don't lose your marbles, son. You have plenty of nighttime and they don't know your location. Take advantage of this and get the hell out of there. Just don't forget the documents. We need to find out more about Operation Jericho.
If I make it out alive, will you write me a recommendation letter?
If you make it out, we'll give you a damn purple cross. Over and out.
I had no doubt that the colonel worked for the government.
Why is that?
Because the only thing that old bastard did was demand, demand, demand. There it was, the exit. Sergeant Roscoe's security card didn't open the door, so I had to search for someone who would lend it to me. There, right in front of me, was the sick bay. Walking through that door changed everything forever.
Freeze! Don't move or I'll shoot!
Okay, I surrender. The woman that was aiming at me was the doctor. She, of course, was very pissed off because of the copious amount of work I caused. What a face. What a body. What a beauty. This girl was smoking hot, and she had a gun aimed straight at my head. After arguing for a while, the doctor and I reached an understanding. I would not kill anyone, and she would help me escape.
You'll find my access card in my jacket. There are first aid kits in the closet. Take some. If you shoot someone, use them so they don't bleed to death. My rack! You couldn't just take the card from the pocket.
It's kill or be killed. I finally had a gun. Now I could kill those guards. That is, if I were an assassin and didn't promise the doctor I wouldn't murder anyone. So if I shot someone, I had to use a first aid kit to heal them before they bled to death.
So, you really didn't kill anyone?
Of course not. I'm not an assassin. The gun I found was empty, but it had a 10-bullet magazine. So, I loaded it up with any bullets I found. This is Jesse Fox. Over.
This is the doctor. Over.
What? Doctor? But how?
How is the escape going?
Just fine. Trying to find a way out of this building.
Well, my access card won't work. It's only clearance level 2. Leaving the building requires level 3 clearance.
Where would I find that?
The officers would have them. Their offices are on the 3rd floor.
Wow. Thanks for the help. I didn't know you cared about me.
What I care about is that you leave ASAP so I stop getting so many patients.
By the way, what's your name?
My name is Doctor. Over and out.
Colonel?
Fox, do you have what you need to leave?
Not yet, Colonel, but a contact told me where to find an access card.
A contact?
Yes, a doctor.
A doctor? Give me a description.
She is smoking hot.
Oh, for God's sake, control your hormones, son. We're in the middle of a very serious operation.
Listen, Colonel, make no mistake. I'm not in any operation of yours. Nor am I any of your soldiers. I'm only trying to escape from this damn place.
Damn it, Jess, don't you realize this isn't an escape, son? You must realize Operation Jericho could end up with countless casualties. And it's your moral duty as a citizen to prevent it.
Prevent it? Me? Is that a joke?
Yes, you! Search every damn office in that building for any information you can prevent that damned plan. Over and out.
The second file of Operation Jericho was a compendium of coded numbers. It also had a map, so those numbers could be the coordinates of attack routes, or potentially the attack targets themselves. Fox here. Over.
What is it, Fox?
I found more documents. They look like a list of coordinates.
Coordinates of what?
This document is encoded as well. I don't know what the coordinates are for.
Huh. They could be strike targets. Those bastards could be planning to attack us.
I was finally in front of the office door. On the other side, I could hear someone talking on the phone.
Yes? I see. Are you sure about that? Damn! That's high treason! No, that won't be necessary. I'll deal with it personally.
That was the officer with the access card I needed. But he was leaving through the other door, and the card had to be on him. What was he talking about? Who was the traitor? It wasn't long before I found out my answers.
Hey, Fox, are you there?
Here I am, Robert.
It looks like you're in some big shit, pal. I've been listening to some radio comms and... Does the doctor sound familiar to you?
Fuck yes. Why?
Because I heard that someone is going to arrest him for treason.
Damn it. I have to stop them.
Careful, Fox. Don't panic. This shot could be a trap.
Robert's call made my head spin. I left the office as fast as I could. It took me less than 2 minutes to reach the sick bay. As I got close, I could hear shouting from inside. Then I remembered what Robert told me about being careful. I held back my urge to kill and listened to the conversation.
And why did you give him your access card?
I didn't. He took it from my jacket.
But you did nothing to stop him! This is high treason! You're in deep shit, Dr. Hoffman!
You want a doctor that has no idea how to fight? Stop a man that knocked out all your guards? Are you really that stupid?
Don't you dare insult my intelligence! I know you gave him medical attention.
How many wounded have you healed, Lieutenant? I'll tell you, none. Why? Because your job is to be a paper-pushing butterbar. Mine, on the other hand, is to heal and attend to anyone who needs it, even if that person killed my family.
Aiding the enemy in this base is treason.
My oath has no restrictions on who I must heal. You want to arrest me? Then tell me, Lieutenant, who is going to save the lives of your soldiers if I'm in a cell? You? A man so incompetent that a prisoner is running circles around him?
How dare you!
Now stop pestering me and get the hell out of my sickbay!
This isn't the end, Doctor. You're on thin ice.
Man, she's one badass doctor. Shit, they're coming out. And off he went, taking the level 3 card with him. I needed that card if I wanted to get out of this building.
Are you outside, Fox?
I'm leaving right now, Colonel.
Did you search all the offices?
Not all of them. I think I missed some.
Fox, we need information about Operation Jericho.
The third file of Operation Jericho was quite revealing. It had a map of the Kantor province with exact coordinates, an ambush plan, and a picture of the colonel with his name under it. Apparently their plan was to kidnap the colonel without leaving a trace. Colonel, do you copy?
Copy.
Colonel, I discovered a third document.
Good job, son. What's on it?
Let me take a look at it. Interesting. What was your name?
Colonel Alan Harris. Why do you ask?
Because your name is written here.
Don't pull my leg, son.
I'm serious, Colonel. It's right here.
Damn. This means that they need me for their plan.
I could finally breathe some fresh air. The ground was untended. Uneven grass covered the soil. And the jungle was relentless. Everything was dark, save for a light above the door. While wandering through that jungle, I found something, or rather, someone. I saw the rotting remains of an escaping prisoner. It had a note. If you're reading this note, then I'm dead. My name is Henry Stanley, and I was imprisoned for a crime I didn't commit. Damn, just like me. After escaping from my cell, I ran away through the sewers, then ended up in the Alpha building. I finally managed to leave that damn building, but now I'm lost in this tropical hell. I've spent 30 years trying to leave this damn jungle, but no luck. I'm old, and my strength is fading. I won't last long. These are my last words. These were his last words. I arrived at what looked like the exit of a barracks.
Hey, Mike. I'm late and I have to take this truck to the port. Are you gonna open the damn door or not?
Hold on, I'm opening it.
My instinct told me the gate was going to open and a truck was going to leave. I could sneak onto the truck and get far away from here.
See you later. Yo, Mike! Mike! What's up?
Hold on. I need to verify the departure permit.
Fuck, Mike, hurry up!
Yeah.
Yo, Mike! Can I leave now?
Negative. The lieutenant canceled the delivery. You'll have to come back in.
Oh, holy fuck!
The trip was shorter than expected. Instead of heading away, I ended up inside the compound. The ground was muddy, beaten lifeless by countless combat boots. There were sandbags and boxes everywhere. I heard Mike getting off the truck and talking to the other Mike.
Hey, Mike, what the hell happened?
Someone screwed up and loaded the wrong stuff.
Useless fuckwads!
They reported that they'll get the correct stuff loaded soon.
Sounds like a nap is in order.
No can do. They're loading onto another truck in the north parking lot.
Serial number 233980. So move your ass there. They told me to head to the south gate just so I could be sent back to the north one? Fucking bureaucracy.
My instinct was back, and it knew of another truck I could ride. My plan to stow away wasn't screwed at all, just slightly delayed. I only had to reach the north gate without being seen. On that base, drill sergeants were assholes. They forced their platoons to run all around the complex. I had to be careful not to be seen.
You're Fox, right? I knew you were going to pass through here sooner or later. I'm Machine Gun Mike. Are you ready to face me? Or are you going to run away like a coward?
Run away? I don't run from dead men.
Then prepare to die. You destroyed my machine gun! Damn you, Fox!
I arrived at the northern parking lot. There were trucks and containers all over the place. I wanted to hide in the right truck, serial number 233980. But Machine Gun Mike could be waiting for me, seeking revenge.
What the fuck?
Come on, Fox! Try tossing your puny grenades now!
Machine Gun Mike?
Nope. Now I go by the name Splash Mike.
Why Splash?
Because I'm going to splash your entrails all over the place.
After dealing with the tank, I found the truck and hid inside. The driver showed up a few minutes later and unknowingly aided my escape.
And the military didn't find it weird that everything in the northern parking lot was destroyed?
Who knows? Maybe it's a regular occurrence.
But the truck driver must have seen all that destruction.
Well, you know how military grunts are. They only think when ordered to.
So, in the end, you escaped, hidden on that truck?
Yep.
What about the shit you told me about not escaping in a truck to prevent pollution?
Because the first time, it would have been me behind the wheel. This time, the truck was going to leave, with or without me. Which means the pollution wasn't my fault.
How convenient.
Fox, do you copy?
Hey, it's the concrete paparazzi.
Concrete paparazzi. Ha! Such an asshole. But I like it. How's that escape of yours going?
Making progress. I'm currently stowed away in a truck.
Communications are hot. You really pissed them off, Fox.
I guess we're both gifted with pissing people off. Sorry about the concrete joke, by the way.
Nah, don't worry about it. Better to have a sense of humor about being jailed over some concrete blocks. By the way, you haven't seen them, right?
I've seen concrete everywhere, Robert, but nothing as big as you mentioned.
Ah, well. Send a postcard when you get home, my friend.
Definitely. Over and out. The truck stopped at last. Its destination was a small port owned by the clandestine base. Looked like the truck was carrying packages to be transported by sea. As we arrived, I overheard a conversation between the driver and a hangar officer.
Are you gonna tell me what the fuck you're bringing me at this time of night?
Sir, I have an order to send this load by sea.
Fuck! You're waking me up for this? I already told your officer. All maritime operations are canceled. We're waiting for the nuclear warheads to arrive, and we won't ship anything else until there's a new order.
Hold on, you said nuclear warheads?
Yes, that's what I heard them say.
God save us.
That's impossible.
You sound just like the Colonel. Colonel Harris, are you there?
Here I am, son. You sound tense. Are you all right? Where are you?
I escaped in a truck. I'm now in a hangar at a port.
That's great news. Find a phone and call.
Not so fast, Colonel. It's an ex-army port. I'm not safe yet. I have new information about Operation Jericho. Just overheard a conversation. Sounds like they're waiting for nuclear warheads.
Nuclear warheads? That's impossible. Are you certain?
That's what I heard.
This can't be. You just can't pluck nuclear weapons out of thin air. They're extensively regulated.
Is it possible they stole them?
We don't have any news about any theft in any country. If they were stolen, either a country hid the fact or it happened while I was captive here.
Is it possible to build them? These people have a lot of resources.
They'd need radioactive material and it can't be freely obtained. Not to mention a big lab and highly skilled people to produce them.
Whatever the case, they managed to acquire some.
If that's true, son, we're screwed.
Hold on, Colonel. I heard something. Crap, they started the engine. I'll call you later. I have to jump out before the truck drives off.
Close the door.
Son, do you copy?
Copy, Colonel.
Still in that hangar?
Yes, Colonel. Still trying to figure out how to get out of here. By the way, guess what? They have a mini rescue submarine.
Rescue? These people don't look like they go around rescuing people.
I'm getting inside to have a look. Maybe I can ride it out of here. Well, look at what we have here. Fiddling with the controls, levers, and compartments, I managed to discover the submarine's logbook. It contained details about its last mission, a rescue operation. The details didn't catch my attention at first, but this logbook turned out to hold exactly the answers we were looking for.
Did you find anything, Fox?
I found a logbook with a single recorded mission. It says, Mission, Deep Rescue, successfully completed. Return date, a week ago. I'll continue reading. Rescue in the Barents Sea. Objective, submarine K-278 Komsomolets.
Damn it, the Komsomolets.
Have you heard of it?
Of course. It's a Soviet submarine that sank after catching fire. But I can't think of any connection between these scum and the Soviets.
Maybe they're a Russian faction and went to rescue their comrades. Or they could be trying to trade the crewmen for Russian nukes or something.
Fox, this wasn't a rescue mission.
But the log says...
The Komsomolets sank over a year ago. There's not a soul alive down there. It's not people they were hauling. It was something else.
Colonel, what was the sub armed with?
As far as I know, 2 nuclear torpedoes. Fuck!
There it is. The nuclear warheads for Operation Jericho. Kindly donated by the Soviet Union in a game of finders keepers.
If what you say is true, they had to bring those torpedoes in by sea and take them to a lab. The whole Komsomolets have been contaminated by the radiation, which means they would need a sarcophagus.
A sarcophagus? Like the one for Tutankhamun? Did you smoke something, Colonel?
Don't be an idiot, Fox. A sarcophagus is something that confines radiation, preventing everyone from dying while they transport the goods. It has to be something thick, heavy.
Like 2 huge concrete blocks. Fuck, I have to call Robert.
Fox, wait.
What's up, Colonel?
I hear footsteps. Soldiers are walking down the hall. Damn it. I think my time is up. Listen to me carefully, son. The situation is critical. You have to escape as soon as possible and call the Cavalier. Understood? The fate of countless people rests on you, Fox. Colonel Harris out.
That was my final communication with Colonel Harris. Colonel, do you copy? Colonel? Shit, he must have been taken. Robert, still there?
Yep. Fox, looks like they're gonna transfer a prisoner. Someone called Alan Harris.
I know. Do you know what they plan to do?
No idea, Fox. But looks like the orders are coming from top brass. You're really pissing them off, my friend. Be careful. Maybe they'll use him against you.
I'll keep that in mind. By the way, I have something to tell you about your concrete.
Don't tell me him. Man, you rock.
I don't know where they are, but they've been used as a sarcophagus.
A sarcophagus? Like the one for Tutankhamun? Did you smoke something, Fox?
Of course not. I mean a thick container to contain radiation.
Radiation? Please tell me they're not nukes.
They are, from a sunken Soviet submarine.
Shit. That's why there's so much secrecy and surveillance.
Cheer up, Robert. Your capture isn't for something trivial anymore. It's for a nuclear arms race.
Fuck. This news is the bomb.
That's a literal way to say it.
Keep me informed, my friend. I want to know all the deets.
I will, Robert. Over and out. The fourth document was the logbook of a mini-rescue submarine. It mentioned its last mission, a successful rescue operation from a week ago. The target was a sinking submarine. The K-278 Consomolets, suffering from an onboard fire in the Barents Sea. Apparently, 2 nuclear torpedoes were salvaged during the job. The warheads involved in Operation Jericho. After putting the key in the lock and turning it, the sub started to move. I took the mini-submarine through underground channels beneath the hangar.
Seriously? Now you can drive mini submarines?
Nope. Never done it before in my life. But I found a manual.
Can you read Russian?
Of course not. It was in English. The mini-submarine was American. It was a pretty smooth ride. I didn't have to worry about the battery levels, oxygen, or depth. And the inside was very comfortable. I could practically live in there.
Huh, well, of course. It's an American product. What did you expect?
Yeah, but you know how American vehicles are. They practically explode on contact. Ever seen an action movie? Anyways, that's why I avoided any hard collisions. I ended up in what looked like a dock. There were containers and stuff. The sea was slightly rough. Oh, and there was a storm. Under the rain and the biting cold, the Colonel's fate gnawed at my mind. According to Robert, they were moving him. Was it a routine inspection? Would he be returned to his cell? Would they find the radio? He was an old, annoying, tiresome man, but I feared for his life. Until the radio chimed in. It was Channel 1. Colonel, what happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine, Mr. Fox, thank you for asking, but my rank is General, not Colonel.
Wait, you're General X?
So, Mr. Fox, have you heard? You've become quite the celebrity. I've been dying to meet you since your debut. So I took this hack job of a radio to call you before your inevitable capture.
Where's the Colonel?
Don't worry about him. He's in good hands. Say hello, Colonel.
Fox, run away! Don't listen to this bastard! Get your hands off me, you fucking moron!
Colonel!
Seniors say such silly things. I join him in wishing you a happy escape, but you know too much. Sooner or later, you will make a mistake. One that'll prove fatal.
We'll see about that. General.
Are you telling me that a nuclear submarine attacked you?
That's what I'm saying.
I see. And now you're going to tell me you fought it instead of running away.
Of course. I would have left it alone if it didn't launch its missiles. And nobody launches missiles at me without permission. My triumph was fleeting. The platform collapsed after the ballistic abuse from all the missiles.
Mr. Fox, did you just sink one of my submarines?
She attacked first.
Ah, then it was you. Thank you for revealing your position.
Hey, Fox, are you there?
Here I am, Robert.
Fox, the comms are fucking lit. They're sending everything they have to the docks. What the hell did you do?
I just sank a nuclear submarine. That'll teach it not to launch its missiles at me.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious. Good thing it wasn't armed with nuclear warheads. They must be saving them for Operation Jericho.
Speaking of nukes, hearing a lot of chatter that they're prepping to the Omega building. Man, if you don't stop them, there's gonna be a worldwide bloodbath.
The confrontation with that chopper exhausted every drop of gas I had left. With no gas, the engine stopped shortly thereafter. Despite the dangers, I used my own arms to paddle forward. Piranhas and crocodiles constantly tried to eat my hands. But I was lucky enough to make it to a small dock.
You're certainly a lucky man, Mr. Fox.
Please, oh please, don't kill me.
Why would I want to kill you?
Hold on. You're not one of those bastards.
Of course not. I'm a very nice guy. By the way, what are you doing?
Those bastards won't stop building fences everywhere. They think the jungle is theirs, so I cut them to fuck with them.
Do you have, by any chance, a van to get out of here?
I had one, but they took it away.
The old man told me a few stories about that place. It was isolated, with no roads or towns nearby. And most importantly, he told me about what I might encounter up ahead. There, hidden in the middle of the jungle, stood a compound riddled with cameras. The level of security was sky high, like the mansion of a cartel boss, and I could see why. Because the center of this fortress was the Omega building, the heart of Operation Jericho. The old man told me that he saw some helicopters landing on top of the building. If I stole one of them, that would be my ticket out of there. One thing was for sure. If I was detected by a camera and the alarm triggered, they would put the Omega building in lockdown and I could kiss those helicopters goodbye. But none of that matters because even though I was already showing signs of exhaustion, I slid in like a shadow and managed to go undetected. On the east side, the cameras were accompanied by guards. I needed to pass without being spotted by Mike or the camera. So, I had to get rid of Mike and leave no witnesses, but it was more complicated than that. If the camera saw Mike knocked out, lying on the ground, the alarm would be triggered.
Seems you just had to move him away from the view of the camera.
Exactly. But if Mike wasn't there as the camera viewed his post, the alarm would still be triggered. Whatever I did, the camera had to see Mike standing at his post.
Quite the scenario. Unless it's an episode of MacGyver, it would be impossible to proceed. Hold on. If you're telling me this, that means you made it through, correct?
Well, yes, I managed to fool the camera eventually.
How did you manage that?
I made the swap when the camera wasn't looking.
Who is this?
I have a pizza here for Mike.
What kind of pizza is it?
It's a pepperoni pizza.
Great. The kind I like.
As I crossed the door, I entered into the Omega building, the heart of Operation Jericho. It was a cold, dark industrial place with containers and barrels everywhere. On my right, there was the control room where they monitored the outer cameras. And, of course, the asshole that controlled them. The guy I tricked with the pizza, who was coming over to get it. Reality was going to hit him in the face.
Give me the fucking pizza and get out.
Of course. Here you are, friend. I was inside the Omega building. I just had to reach the rooftop and pray that I'd find a helicopter. Freeze! Hands up! Now, I want you to drop that fissile core uranium-235 isotope sample.
How in the world do you know that it's a fissile core uranium-235 isotope sample?
What else would be in the hands of a scientist whose expertise is in fissile core uranium-235 isotopes?
How do you know I'm a scientist whose expertise is in fissile core uranium-235 isotopes?
I know everything about Operation Jericho. Now, drop that sample.
Do you know what will happen if I drop this and the flask is broken?
Of course I know. The radiation will flood the whole room.
And that would kill us all.
I know. I'm not telling you to literally drop it. I mean, slowly set it on the table.
It's okay. Don't get nervous.
Now turn around, slowly. So you're the brains behind it all. You won't get away with this, you sick bastard. Operation Jericho will die with you.
Everything okay, Dr. Hoffman? Oh God, he has a weapon!
Say goodbye, Dr. Hoffman.
Wait, I did it against my will. They have my daughter. If I don't do what they say, they'll kill her. Excuse me one moment. Hello, honey. This is not a good time.
It's never a good time for you, Dad.
I know. But my current situation is particularly disastrous.
Why?
Because a man is pointing his gun at me.
What? Who is he?
I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's from here.
I think I know who it is. Ask him if his name is Jesse Fox.
Hold on. Pardon me. Are you Jesse Fox?
Yes.
Yes, it's him.
Damn it all to hell.
Do you know him? Honey, are you there? Hello? She hung up.
Oops. Now it's mine. Jesse Fox here. Over.
Can you tell me what the hell you're doing?
Doctor, hey, hello. How are you?
Not very happy knowing that you're aiming a gun at my father.
What? Your father?
Yes!
How is it possible that someone like you, dedicated to looking after others, has a father that is involved in the annihilation of millions of people?
What are you saying? My father is a good man. He's a brilliant scientist, not a killer.
Well, the man in front of me is working with uranium for nuclear weapons that will be used to annihilate entire cities.
What? No. This can't be.
What should I do? Do I kill him?
What? No! Tell him that...
Doctor, I can't understand you if you cover your mouth. Doctor? She hung up.
Why did you tell her? Now my own daughter will hate me.
Are you really doing this for your daughter?
Yes. I want her to be safe.
Millions of people could die.
I prefer the deaths of millions of people over the death of my precious daughter.
You're a monster.
It's not called being a monster. It's called being a father. If you had a daughter, you would understand, Mr. Fox.
Enough! Where is the rooftop?
There is a lift that reaches the rooftop. You just have to keep going up as much as you can. But you will need a level 4 access card to go out.
Well, in that case, give me a level 4 access card.
We don't have one. We just have level 3 access cards. I swear.
Fuck. I'll have to search for it. Now, continue working as if nothing happened.
I'm glad you're not one of those bastards. You can't imagine how much I hate myself for what they're forcing me to do.
In the end, I talked to them about my escape, about Colonel Harris, and the promise I made to him to call the cavalry if I managed to escape. That gave Dr. Hoffman and his team some small hope of rescue. He promised to delay the preparation of the uranium that would be used in Operation Jericho for as long as he could. After that, I asked him for some assistance in my escape. But he was terrified of being discovered, which would compromise his daughter's safety. So he decided to stay neutral, but still volunteered some information.
Be careful in there. There are patrols of mechanical spiders. They can see in every direction.
Can they be shut down somehow?
Only with an electromagnetic grenade, but it would only last a few seconds.
Enough time to let them taste my fists. Thanks for the warning. This was the access card I needed to reach the rooftop. Now I just had to check if there were any helicopters up there. I found some photos on a desk. I had a look at them because, I was born curious.
Curious? Don't you mean nosy?
There were shots of some guys loading something big onto trucks. Something that looked like concrete blocks. Fuck. These were the photos Robert was taking just before he was captured. Robert, still there?
Yep.
Guess what I found?
The love of your life?
Your photos.
Oh, really? They didn't destroy them? Take them with you, my friend. I hope they help you for something.
Will do. Over and out. The fifth document was a shopping list. A collection of military vehicles they bought from the Soviet Union when it collapsed. Trucks, tanks, armored vehicles, helicopters, and nuclear submarines. Submarines like the one that attacked me. Now they have one less. There it was, the helicopter I eventually escaped in. only to have you inevitably shoot it down. But fuck, if I flew away, the surface-to-air defenses would shoot me down. I had to disable that communication antenna so they wouldn't receive the command to fire. I used the bolt cutter to cut the... Done. The antenna was out of action. The surface-to-air defenses would never activate if I hit the skies. Now, I could finally get that damn helicopter and escape. But fuck, I didn't have the damn key. I needed it to get the door open.
Hey, Fox, are you there?
Here I am, Robert.
You find a chopper yet?
Found a helicopter, but I don't have the key.
Can't you hotwire it?
I can't even open the outer door. Work your magic with the radio. Maybe you can hear something useful.
No problem. Let's see if a guard can be tricked into telling where a spare key is.
Thanks, friend. Hey, Mike. How did they bring you here?
In a helicopter, like everyone else.
Everyone but me? Mike, I'm looking for the key to that helicopter.
Well, General X probably has it in his office.
Is it far?
You're right in front of it.
That door?
Yes.
Fuck. Finally some luck.
But
what?
Only General X can open it.
Shit. Can't you use your magic?
Nope.
There has to be a way to get in there. A back door or something. Come on, Mike, think.
Wait. His office might have another entrance. A while ago, I was studying the map of this building, and I saw something weird.
Weird? What was weird?
The office has a private elevator that leads to the basement. Always wondered why he wanted an unlocked private elevator.
So you could take the main elevator to the basement and go through there to General X's private elevator?
Yup.
Thanks, Mike. I'm going to the basement.
Mike, wait! The basement is a fucking maze! Take this map with you. You'll need it to get through safely.
Pineapple! Cherries! Orange! Melon! There was something odd about that wall. I found a suspicious brick that smelled like turkey. I pushed it, and... I entered the secret door and left those dungeons behind. Ahead of me was a less dank portion of the basement. According to Mike, there had to be an elevator somewhere that went to General X's office, which should ultimately hold the original helicopter key. On the other hand, Robert told me that he heard of a special room with an X on its door, which could alternatively hold a copy of that key. Either option was fine as long as I could get a hold of a damn working key. And thus my search of the basement began.
Mr. Fox, you have finally arrived.
General X?
The same. Are you searching for a key, Mr. Fox? Perhaps one for a helicopter? You won't find it here, Mr. Fox. I'm afraid that your contact has betrayed you.
Fuck.
Don't blame him. He's been the victim of my counterintelligence.
Right there, in front of me, was General X, the puppet master of Operation Jericho. Not only was he a merciless, psychopathic asshole, he was so smart that he could predict my every move. For starters, he tricked me and Robert into searching for this room.
You had us waiting longer than expected, Mr. Fox.
If you drew some arrows in the labyrinth, I would have come sooner.
That would remove a certain charm, don't you think? By the way, I brought some company.
Colonel! Doctor!
I see you're already acquainted. I'll get to the point, Mr. Fox. Surrender. Otherwise, we'll start executing our guests.
There were too many people. If I opened fire, Harris and the doctor could die.
Let me guess. You're considering the option of shooting, but you know that Harris and the doctor could die.
Fuck, yeah. He read my mind, but that asshole X was a clean shot. If I shot quickly, I could kill him.
Now you're probably thinking I'm stupid for being so exposed, and that you can kill me with a quick enough shot. If you shoot and kill me, that would be the end of the final boss. Of all of this, you'd be a hero. Do you really have such a low opinion of my intellect, Mr. Fox?
Shit. This was part of his plan. He was here on purpose. I was thinking that he might have worn a bulletproof vest.
By now, you should be thinking that I'm wearing a bulletproof vest. Shooting an armored man would be foolish, don't you think?
Fuck. He read my mind once again. But even if his body was covered, his head was not. One bullet between his eyes and goodbye.
But you're not a quitter, Mr. Fox. It's only logical that you'd consider shooting me in the head. I will admit, a challenging, yet possible shot. An Olympian trial of marksmanship, reflexes, and luck. Let me spare you the trouble. Sergeant!
Yes, sir.
Shoot me in the head at point blank range.
But, sir.
That's an order.
Yes, sir.
The bullet went through his head, but the bastard was unfazed.
Return to your post, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
What you're staring at in awe, Mr. Fox, is a projected image of myself.
A hologram?
Precisely, Mr. Fox. And now that it's obvious that you can't kill me, let's conclude the matter of your surrender. Or are there not enough dead bodies to convince you?
Just give me 10 seconds to think about it.
Of course.
Do you believe in God, General?
Of course. Who else would entrust me with such a sacred mission? And you, Mr. Fox, are you a praying man?
Well, General, I'm more a believer of the Big Bang. Doctor!
I'm fine. What happened?
An explosion. The guard behind you received the brunt of it. Colonel!
He's alive. Looks like he just blacked out.
We have to leave before reinforcements arrive. I'm taking Harris with me.
It's best not to move him. We don't know if he has any fractures or internal wounds.
I'll take the risk. He can't stay here. Doctor, let's go!
I'm not coming, Fox.
Why not?
There are injured that require my attention, and I don't want to leave my father alone.
What? They were going to kill you!
No, they weren't. It was just a trick to catch you. And if I leave, my father won't work and they'll kill him. Run! Go away!
I'll come back for you with the cavalry. You have my word. I left that room, carrying the Colonel.
Wait, you're saying that you managed to rescue Colonel Harris?
That's correct.
Well, Mr. Fox, let's see what you invent to remove him from this story.
Lieutenant, we found a corpse in the remains of the helicopter.
What? Who is he?
We don't know, Lieutenant. It was totally carbonized by the fire.
Take him to the lab. I want a forensic analysis done yesterday. Do you understand me, Wachowski?
Yes, sir.
Fuck. We killed Colonel Harris. May God forgive us.
No, he's not Harris. The Colonel died a month ago in an ambush. These are his personal belongings, his dog tag, his watch. Don't you remember, Sergeant? We found them on his corpse. That man has never seen the Colonel. He's just trying to confuse us with his lies. Fuck's sake, he has absolutely no evidence for what he's saying.
I have this.
But what? If I'm not mistaken, it's a graduation ring for the 48th Commission of Officer Candidate School.
Colonel Harris graduated in the 48th Commission of Officer Candidate School.
Sergeant, you don't believe him, do you?
With all due respect, sir, I only said that Colonel Harris graduated in the 48th Commission of Officer Candidate School.
He's trying to fool us, Sergeant. I remind you that there are more rings like this one.
Yes, but not with the same smell.
It reeks of shit.
Sir, permission to smell the ring? Fuck. It smells just like Colonel Harris's anus.
What? How the hell do you know what the Colonel's anus smells like?
I'm not authorized to reveal that information, sir.
Fuck. This is getting out of hand. Mr. Fox, continue your story. Let's see if we can finish this once and for all.
Mr. Fox, leaving so soon and without a farewell. That's not very neighborly of you. And what's that on your shoulder? That's personal property, Mr. Fox. Haven't your parents taught you never to steal?
General X stood in my way, assuming it was really him and not another hologram.
Are you asking yourself if I'm another hologram?
Well, yeah.
No, not this time. It is I, in the flesh.
Good. Then I'll
put a bullet in my head.
You read my mind.
Please tell me, Mr. Fox, how does one shoot that which they cannot see?
What? What the fuck?
Do you like my new device, Mr. Fox? Optical electronic hollow camouflage, the latest in nanotechnology. Obviously, if you start firing randomly, there's still a chance I may be hit. I believe dumb luck is a concept you're fond of? I have underestimated you, Mr. Fox. What are you waiting for? Finish me.
Time without paying for your crimes? No way. I'll take you to a trial so they condemn you and lock you in a cell to rot for the rest of your life.
I see. Tell me, Mr. Fox, how are you going to take me if you can't move?
What?
You're so predictable. I knew you wouldn't kill me or let me die. Just like all of my other subordinates, they consistently led you directly into my trap, Mr. Fox. Honestly, I hope you were going to surprise me again, like that little spark in the basement. But once more, the pen is mightier than the sword. By the way, thanks for volunteering to test my new paralyzer. The discharge it releases shuts down the whole peripheral nervous system. You should have killed me when you had the chance. See you never, Mr. Fox.
See you never, General X. Are you all right, son? Don't worry. The effects on the paralysis will wear off soon. But it's not prudent to stay here. Come on, stand up, Fox. I'll help you walk.
Colonel Harris and I went to the helicopter. A few minutes later, when I regained my motor skills, we took off.
Lieutenant, we have the forensic report of the carbonized corpse.
Hand it to the sergeant. Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we can finally prove that Mr. Fox has been lying. Sergeant, what does the report say?
And the physiological study confirms that the corpse with identification C4423 measures 3 inches taller than Colonel Alan Harris, disproving his identity. What? Then he's not the colonel.
Of course not. I told you, Sergeant. Care to explain this, Mr. Fox? Are you going to tell us that he was tortured on a rack until it stretched him 3 inches?
That would be ridiculous. He's not Colonel Harris. I never said he was.
You what? You just told us that you both flew away in that helicopter.
I told you we escaped together, but never said that corpse was Colonel Harris. In fact, I have no idea who it is. Are you sure you found it in the helicopter? Did you plan it yourselves to incriminate me? Like some dirty cops?
How dare you? Enough games, Mr. Fox, enough. We'll find out who you are and then we'll execute you. What now?
What the hell is happening in here?
Colonel in the room, salute!
At ease.
Colonel Harris? You're alive. Sir, we thought you passed away.
As you can see, Lieutenant, I'm alive and kicking. Why is this man handcuffed?
We were interrogating him. He's a spy that we captured, sir.
A spy? Are you pulling my leg? He's a civilian who was imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. He's also the man that not only saved my life and freed me from the ex-army base, but also he found classified information about Operation Jericho that will be essential in stopping the ex-army. For goodness sakes, that man's a fucking hero. Release him immediately.
Yes, sir.
Did you tell them your heroic feat, Fox?
I was at when we entered the helicopter, Colonel. But it looks like they found a corpse in the helicopter. But fuck, I don't know who he is. They say he has a bullet in his head, and it came from my gun. But I haven't killed anyone.
That corpse was General X. I killed him with your gun myself. Don't you remember? See you never, General X. Later, while you were regaining your senses inside the helicopter, I retrieved General X's corpse and dragged it to the helicopter's aft. That bastard was heavy. In the air, you know what happened.
Hurry up, Fox. They're following us.
Don't rush me, Colonel. I'm getting used to the controls. This piece of junk has levers and buttons everywhere. But don't panic. I think we'll be able to reach Allied territory before they catch up.
Then I'll call the cavalry. Charlie, Alpha, 54438, do you copy? Damn it! This radio isn't working. Fucking piece of shit.
Don't worry, Colonel. As soon as we reach Allied territory, they'll stop pursuing us.
Don't worry. Son, with no radio, when this fully armed piece of Soviet junk pings their radar, the first thing they're gonna do when we don't answer is take us down.
Fuck. So we'll be shot at if we keep going, or we'll be shot at when we turn around?
Affirmative. We're between a rock and a hard place. We'll abandon the helicopter as soon as we cross the border. I'm gonna search for the parachutes.
But jumping would still be risky in this jungle terrain.
You have them, Colonel? We're nearly there.
There's only one, Fox. You jump and deliver the documents to the Allies.
Are you insane, Colonel? They won't believe me. And you don't know how to pilot this junk.
I'm dead to them anyway. You're young. You have your life ahead of you, son. Take this ring, show it to them. They'll believe you.
Fuck, it reeks of shit.
Well, that's because those asshole bastards were going to snatch it as they put their hands on me. So I hid it, in the only safe place I had left. My ass. Come on, son, put on the parachute.
Colonel, you need to jump and tell them everything yourself.
We argued about who had to jump, but I had to admit that Mr. Fox had one convincing argument.
Fox, what are you waiting for? Hurry up, son. We're running out of time. For heaven's sake, put on the parachute.
The next thing I remember was waking up, hanging from the parachute tangled to a tree. The owner of a farm who spotted me arrived a few minutes later. After tending to my wounds and offering me food, he was so kind as to bring me here to the base.
The lieutenant and the sergeant were shocked and immediately apologized. A few days later, the Army decorated me with 2 medals.
Jesse Fox, for rescuing an MIA military colonel and recovering intelligence on Operation Jericho. I, Colonel Alan Harris of the 5th Battalion, award you a Purple Cross of Civilian Courage.
That medal really exists?
It didn't. They had to invent it, as they had nothing that they could provide for a civilian.
You're also awarded the Gandhi Medal of the National Idiot.
National Idiot?
Well, I received it because I didn't kill any enemies at all during the escape. As you know, militaries don't get why killing is wrong.
Well, at least we agree on that.
So, thanks to the documents I found, the Allies could find and sink every related submarine. The military base, docks, and Omega building were the target of a large operation. Everyone was arrested. Robert the paparazzi published the story and won a Pulitzer Prize. The 2 doctors and their 2 fathers dedicated themselves to finding a cure for cancer using nanonuclear weapons.
Wasn't it 1 doctor?
That's what they wanted us to believe. The captain of that boat retired with my $50 million, but he died of gonorrhea the week after.
Seriously?
Nah, but he would have deserved it. And I went back to my old life as a smuggler. The end.
Wow, Jesse, that's the most incredible story ever told. My god, you have an amazing imagination. You should be a video game writer.
You don't believe me?
Not a word.
Thank you very much, Miss Incredulous. Hey, who are those guys?
Must be an improvised patrol. Don't say a word if they don't ask you anything.
Good morning. May I see your passports, please?
Good morning. Here you are.
Very well, let's see. Fuck. You're Jesse Fox!
Yeah, that's me.
Holy Jesus, I can't believe it! Hey, Jimmy, who is that guy? Fuck, Mike, he's Fox! The one who rescued Colonel Alan Harris and prevented the nuclear attacks! I really admire you, Mr. Fox. You're a fucking hero.
Thanks, soldier.
Here are your passports. Go, drive carefully.
Are you okay? You've been very quiet.
Stop the car.
What's up?
Then it's true. It's all true.
Now do you believe me?
Kiss me.
What?
Kiss me now.
Hey, Jimmy, who the fuck is this Colonel Alan Harris? I don't know. Yesterday I met that guy in a bar. He was nice. I told him that I was going to slog as a guard here today. And he said if I pretended he rescued the Colonel and prevented nuclear attacks when he drove by, that he'd give me $100. $100 for saying 4 sentences. Can you believe it? Good morning. May I see your passports, please?
Good morning. Here you are.
It's been the easiest $100 ever. Fuck. People make up stupid shit just to score. Yeah, dude.